Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Look. Every time you watch a self-driving car video, it shows you the same thing. A clean dashboard, a steering wheel moving by itself, and a calm voice saying, "The future is here." And honestly, that's not wrong. But it also doesn't really explain anything. Because here's the truth. These cars are not thinking the way you think they are. There's no human-like brain inside making decisions. No moment where the car actually understands what's happening like you do. And that gap between what people think is happening and what's actually happening, that's where all the confusion and fear comes from. So let's break it down simply. A self-driving car does not see the road the way you do. It doesn't recognize a stop sign because it understands what a stop sign means. It recognizes it because it has seen millions of images labeled stop sign before. And now it's just matching patterns. That difference is very important. Most people imagine AI driving like a human. Just faster and more focused. But in reality, it's just a machine doing probability calculations. Millions of times every second. It's constantly asking, based on everything I've seen before, what is most likely happening right now? And what should I do next? That's it. No intuition. No real understanding. Just very fast pattern recognition. And this is why these systems can fail in situations that seem very simple to us. For example, a plastic bag flying across the road. You know it's harmless. You ignore it. But the car might get confused. Because it doesn't fully understand what it's seeing. It just compares it to what it has seen before. Same with construction zones. Strange signs, temporary boards, unusual markings. Humans adjust easily. But the car struggles, because it was trained mostly on normal, clean road situations. So the car is not thinking about the world. It's matching the world to past data. And when something completely new appears, that's when things can go wrong. Now let's talk about how the car actually works. It uses multiple sensors at the same time. First, cameras. Cameras help identify things like lanes, traffic lights, pedestrians, and signs. They are good at understanding what something is. But not always great at judging distance, especially at night or in bad weather. Second, radar. Radar doesn't care what something is. It only measures how far it is and how fast it's moving. And it works even in rain, fog, or darkness. Third, in some cars, LiDAR. This uses lasers to create a 3D map of everything around the car. You can imagine it like the car is constantly scanning the world and building a detailed shape of everything nearby. Now here's the key part. All this data gets combined together. This is called sensor fusion. The system takes all the information and builds one clear picture of the environment. Then it sends that into an AI system that has been trained on millions of miles of driving. The car doesn't just see another vehicle. It predicts what that vehicle might do next. Will it slow down? Turn? Change lanes? And based on that, the car makes a decision. Not just once, but many times every second. Small actions like speeding up, braking, or slightly turning the wheel. And then it repeats the process again and again. Sense. Predict. Decide. Act. Over and over. Faster than a human can think. But again, it's still pattern matching, not true understanding. Now here's what makes some systems better than others. The best ones don't rely on just one sensor. If a camera fails because of bright sunlight, radar still works. If radar gets confused, LiDAR can help. This is called redundancy. It means there's always a backup. Another important part is simulation. These systems don't just learn from real driving. Companies run billions of simulated scenarios. Things like a child running into the road, sudden accidents, or unexpected obstacles. The AI practices these situations again and again in a virtual environment. So it's better prepared in real life. And then there's something called geofencing. This is very important. Self-driving cars don't operate everywhere. They work in specific areas that are carefully mapped and tested. The system knows those areas very well. This is not a weakness. It's actually part of the strategy. Instead of trying to solve every road in the world, they focus on mastering certain environments. So the systems that work today are not universal. They are controlled and limited to specific conditions. So what's the final truth? Self-driving cars are not magic. They are not thinking like humans. They are advanced systems that use sensors, data, and pattern recognition to make decisions. In the right environment, they can be very good. They don't get tired. They don't get distracted. They react very quickly. But they are also limited. They don't truly understand the world. They recognize patterns from it. And when something completely new happens, that's where they struggle. Not because the technology is bad, but because that's how it works. So instead of thinking of it as a robot driver, think of it like a very advanced autocomplete system. But instead of predicting words, it's predicting driving actions. And that raises a real question. If these systems only work perfectly in controlled environments, and still struggle with new situations, are we really close to fully self-driving cars? Or are we just getting better at making it look like we are? Think about that. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe to IQ Tech Nova for more tech tips.